everybody, thank you for joining me. I was going through some of the 48-hour group build videos and watched Dan, aka Munchkin Modelling Man 72, and he built a 1/700 scale Japanese destroyer. And I must admit, that building 1/700 scale was one of the choices I looked at for the 48-hour group build, but I went for the Wesp instead. So now that that is out the way, and also the half track for the Heroes of the Hour group build, I thought I would pick up a 1/700 kit. This kit, as you can see, is USS Alabama, and it was given to me by Charlie Mack a while back. So I'll just open the box so we can have a look at the sprues, and that means I can then crack on with it. So let's do that. So this is the deck. This is a Hasegawa kit. I don't know whether you noticed that. There is a bit of detail on the planking there, which is pretty good. I have to confess that I'm not quite sure about the colours to do this in. I've got an idea it's going to be light grey superstructure, dark grey or deck planking, and then a bit of a dark grey on the sides as well. This one's all the anti-aircraft, and we've got the secondaries as well, so that's anti-aircraft. I think those are anti-aircraft. Those are anti-aircraft, and then I think we've got some of the turrets for the secondary armament. So apparently Alabama's still afloat. That's the bottom, so you basically put your whole section on that, which is pretty cool. And there's one or two videos on YouTube where people are doing a walk around. So I think that's the main superstructure. More anti-aircraft. The bases for some of the anti-aircraft batteries. More secondaries, I think. A couple of seaplanes that go on the back. Then we have the bow deck and the stern. Main armament, which I think was 16-inch guns on these ships. I think there was 4 of this class. Cranes and a couple of, well, a few lifeboats there. So there we go. I'm looking forward to building this. I may do this as just one video, so I've done the intro now, and then the next part will be going through the construction, where I'll stop every now and again and just do a quick catch up, and then we'll have the finale at the end. Alright, so I'll be with you in a bit. Okay guys, so some progress has been made on the Alabama. I have to say that this Hasegawa kit is really nice. It's as good as a Tamiya kit, if not better. The fit of the part is so positive, it is really good. I'm very happy with this kit. As you can see, the superstructure's coming together. This isn't fitted at the moment because I'm going to do it as sub-assemblies in order to paint it. The turrets are on. The only issue with this kit is that they allow you to build different ships from this one model. What I mean by that is, I think it's North Dakota is the sister ship of Alabama, and if you look at the front here, I don't know whether you can make it out, but there's a circle there, and there's a circle there, and then there's a circle on the front. Well, that is for anti-aircraft stations. What you do is you fit one of these discs that are at the rear. You fit one of those there, and there to make South Dakota. But Alabama, it would appear, didn't have those. So unfortunately you've got those discs on the deck. What I'm trying to do is use my my knife to get rid of those, and hopefully I can sand them down sufficiently that they won't show, but not too much that I'm going to have some divots in the forward deck there. But that is really the only issue with this. And as I say, if you wanted to do this as I was going to say if you wanted to do this as South Dakota, then you could do, but I'm wondering if they don't give you sufficient anti-aircraft stations to glue on. It may be that it's just a generic deck and they sold separate sprues depending on which ship they were boxing up. So that's the only main problem really. So the next time you see this, it may be progressed just with the build. I'm leaving a lot of the single anti-aircraft guns off because again I want them out the way whilst I'm painting deck colours and things like that. So it may be that there won't be much more added to this, and then I'll spray everything primer and then start painting the stuff. I don't know yet. So I'll catch you in a bit. Hi guys, so some more progress on the Alabama. I'm actually putting some paint on it now. The paint that I'm using is for the superstructure and the sides of the hull is Vallejo's 905 blue grey, and the dark deck colour, like the metal deck colour, is Vallejo's 900 French Mirage blue. Then for the actual wooden deck I'm using Vallejo 819 Iraqi sand. It took me a while to get to those colours. I was searching the internet quite a bit trying to find what Vallejo colours I should be using, and in the end I plumbed for these. I did find one site that suggested that the haze grey, the standard US Navy colour, was 905, so that was quite good. And then they also suggested that the decks were 900 for the metal part, so that should be all good. What I'm doing is so I'm slowly hand painting everything in on top of the grey primer that I've put down as my base coat, and as you can see, progress is slow, but it's getting there. Quite tricky to get around some of the areas. The only thing I don't like about painting ships is if you add too much water to the paint or not enough, you can have patches. Once it dries, you have patches of the same colour paint because, as I say, one's too watery and one's been too thick, and so you have to try and keep the same consistency. And I know people will say to me it's better to be doing thin coats, and that's what I am trying to do, but on occasions you may go over an area in order to get a better coverage, and then when it dries you find that that area has had better coverage but other areas haven't. And I always have that problem with painting ships. So as you can possibly see from this video, there are places that are dry now, and on the wooden deck especially, and I've got to go back over and try and make it a more uniform colour, so that's a bit of a pain. I've started adding some of the anti-aircraft guns, the single anti-aircraft guns, to some of the superstructure, but I've still kept them off the main bit that you see there. And anybody who wants to do a ship like this, then I really recommend that you keep your initial build to this kind of size, because as soon as you pick this up, let's supposing that I have it in my hand like this and I'm painting this side of the deck, as soon as you do that, because you need to angle your brush on occasions and a different location, you got to turn this round and then you got to have it that way. Well, if you've got all the superstructure on all the anti-aircraft guns, you're gonna definitely knock stuff off. As it is, I've got two anti-aircraft guns that I put on the back there. I've nearly damaged those twice because my light, I've accidentally put the stern across the stem of the light, and as I say, nearly damaged those anti-aircraft guns. So it's coming along, and the next update will probably be the final reveal for this. So it's Sunday at the moment, Sunday the 2nd of August. I'm having the week off because it's my 30th wedding anniversary this week, and so we decided to have the week off. We're not going anywhere, we're having a staycation, but we are hoping to visit one or two National Trust places. Obviously they are doing a system where you arrive in a half-hour slot and then you can spend the rest of the day there or wherever you go, but you have to maintain 2 metre distance. The cafes and wherever aren't open apart from takeaway within the sites, but it'll be great just to have a change of view as opposed to being in the garden. So looking forward to that. Tomorrow and Thursday we got that planned, and then the rest of the week is just trying to spend time as a family together. I've even moved my workbench to the lounge table to be a bit more involved with the family this week, and spending some time hobbying together and that kind of thing. So the next time you see this, it'll be complete. Okay guys, so I've finished the USS Alabama, managed to get all the painting done on it, and I'll just show you the finished result now. So here she is, as I say, completely painted now. I could keep going round and trying to tidy up some of the paintwork on her, but I've decided to call it a day. As you can see, some of the other finishing touches was to add the 2 Kingfisher aircraft to the catapults at the back. Secondary armament obviously has been installed now as well. The decals for the Kingfishers are stolen from another kit. The Tamiya USS Bogue aircraft carrier, the Hasegawa decals weren't very good at all, so I managed to get them from the 1700, as I say, Bogue kit. There's nothing really to report about this kit. We've already been through the build itself and how well it went together, and I was right, you can build South Dakota from this kit. They actually give you the decals for it. I haven't bothered applying Alabama's decals, I've just left them off, and the difference is at the rear here you would have, you would have what looks like a long oval going round and 4 anti-aircraft guns, and then these 2 stations I think you would use to put on the front of the ship, which is what I mentioned previously. As you can see, I've managed to scrape those stations off, and the one on the bow as well. So there were quite a few single anti-aircraft guns and the quadruple anti-aircraft guns left over from this build. But she's ready now to join the rest of my 1700 scale fleet, which is very good. I'm very happy with that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope your week is going well. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch up with you soon.